got some snow this week, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Free For All Friday. So, first up on the agenda, I want to discuss this, the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead this week. What the heck happened? For those of you that have followed the show since the beginning, this was a complete shocker, and for those of you that read the comic like myself, this is unheard of. This is crazy. For me, this puts to rest the theory that Carl is the one that is telling the whole story of The Walking Dead, like through the years growing up through it and everything, and the fact that he got bitten, that's the spoiler warning right there, Carl got bitten. If you haven't heard by this point in time, I don't think there's going to be any way to come back from this. We've seen before when people get bit, like Herschel, they chop off his leg and he was fine until the governor killed him, but for this, you can't really chop off Carl's midsection because the bite was on his chest. So the only real, theory that I possibly have is the helicopter that Rick saw or might have seen might have hallucinated. The other episode, I think it was 2 episodes ago, maybe is something from the CDC and they're going to have this magical cure of a disease, and then the show is going to move on to this point of trying to spread this cure throughout the entire United States of America, but I see that very unlikely. I find that very unlikely for that to happen. That just seems like a really quick way to end the show out. Anyways, moving on. Last week I shared with you guys my top 5 most disliked holiday movies. If you missed that episode, the link is up here or down below, but today I thought I would share with you my 10 favorite Christmas movies, and let's get started. For number 10, we have a movie that I always confuse the holidays with for some reason or another. I always tend to think this movie revolves around Thanksgiving and not Christmas, but anyways, the movie is called Home Alone. For number 9, we have my favorite holiday movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that is Jingle All the Way. Number 8 stars an actor that I've always enjoyed watching growing up. I've enjoyed watching his television shows, and for some reason or another, he always tends to put out a decent Christmas movie. So my number 8 choice is Christmas with the Cranks, starring Tim Allen. For number 7, we have a movie that's kind of a remake of a classic holiday tale, and I'm talking about Scrooged, starring Bill Murray. My number 6 pick involves something that I always had a lot of interest in growing up, and that is railroads or model trains, so my pick for number 6 is The Polar Express. For number 5, we return to one of my favorite actors, which is Tim Allen and his portrayal of Santa Claus in The Santa Claus. Number 4 is a split between How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the classic original cartoon, and also the version with Jim Carrey, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which came out in the early 2000s, I believe. Either way, both of these movies are very enjoyable for me, especially since Mount Crumpet and the whole theme of the Grinch is basically themed around this area. My number 3 choice is an absolutely hysterical comedy, especially geared for a more adult audience, and I'm talking about the movie known as Bad Santa. For number 2, it's a movie that I grew up watching a lot of, especially around the holidays. They tend to play this movie on TV every single year during the Christmas season, and it also has a lot of very good childhood holiday memories intertwined into it for me, and I'm talking about Charlie Brown Christmas. And finally, my number 1 choice, my favorite holiday movie of all time. This movie I could watch 50 times before Christmas every single year and still not be bored by it. I love this movie, I love this actor, I love every single scene, every single thing about this movie, and I'm talking about National Lampoon's Holiday Vacation, also known as Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. This is by far one of my favorite movies themed around a holiday of all time. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite holiday movie is, or if one of your choices made it onto my list. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see everybody tomorrow for Story Saturday. Peace.